guys. At least I think, hey guys, I think you can see me. At least I hope you can. It is good to see you all tonight. Today is Saturday, February 19th, 2011. That makes it day 50 on our Project Serve Him More. Nice round number. That's good. I might be able to remember it for a little bit. But anyway, yeah, it's good to see you all here tonight. Hope everybody's doing all right. I did not get to answer comments last night, guys, like I said I was going to try to do. I'm going to try to maybe do a little bit of that stuff tonight. Even though, to be honest about it, I'm getting a way late start tonight, later than I wanted to. I wanted to have this video in fairly early tonight. And here it is, almost midnight, me doing it. So, I've still got to get my sermon finished for tomorrow. I've just been behind all day, guys. I'll just be honest about it. Not to make excuses, but let me make some excuses. After work, I went to the gun store, and then I left there. And I've got a friend that bought a car for his mom. And the old car his mom's driving right now, she's having to borrow people's cars and this and that. And she's got an old car, but it's falling apart. So anyway, he bought this car for her, and that's a 97 model Pontiac Grand Prix. Good looking car, fairly low mileage for that model. It had a head cracked on it. So he got the car fairly cheap, so he bought it, and he's a shade tree mechanic. So anyway, he fixed the heads and everything on it himself, and he got up with me today. Actually came down to the garage before we quit. So aggravated, I thought he was going to die. He got it together last night, got it started. He couldn't get it to have it. The heat wouldn't get hot. It had a real bad miss in it. It was idling real bad. All the pieces. He was tore up like a train wreck. So I told him after I had to go to the gun store after work, and I said, when I get done there, I'll run up there and look at it for you. So I went up there and looked at it. And anyway, finally got the car fixed. Everything was fixed. I ended up having to put a map sensor on it. And then the people at AutoZone, the world's worst auto parts in my opinion, gave him the wrong spark plugs for the car, and they were too long, and 3 of them were doing it. I don't know why the other 3 didn't, but anyway, the pistons were hitting them and closing them together. When a spark plug does that, when the ground electrode hits the center electrode, it can't fire, it can't spark. So anyway, we finally figured that out and fixed the car. So, but I was 5 o'clock getting home, I guess, by the time I, went to the gun store and then went to his house. Then I actually had to leave and come back home and get my computer because I didn't take my computer with me. So I had to come back home, get the computer, go back up there. And so anyway, like I said, I was 5 o'clock getting home, and I picked up my new primer pocket swaging die at the gun store today. So I wanted to try it out this evening on the military cases. So it took me a while to try to figure that out. I think I finally figured it out. I've just had a lot to do this evening, guys. And then my buddy called me a while ago that owns a gun store. Sorry, guys. I think I just broke my neck. Okay. But anyway, I had some reloading questions for him, and he called me, and so we talked for a while on the phone, and I've just had a lot to do today, guys. I'm sorry. If I don't get to answer the comments tonight, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make time to do it tomorrow. Like I told you guys last night, I was gonna do it today. I wasn't expecting to have to go work on a car all day today after work. That's just one of those things that came up. So on one hand, a lot of times it aggravates me having to go, working on people's cars, because sometimes people will take advantage of you. Friends and family want you to do it for free, and but I don't know. I know this is for a good cause because it's for this boy's mom, and so anyway, I went ahead and did it. which I always do anyway. Even when I know people are taking advantage of me, I end up doing it. I'm a sucker, as Mom says. But anyway, guys, I know I've been talking forever to say nothing, but I was just wanting to tell you what I've kind of been doing today, and why this video is so late coming in, and why I've not answered comments. I also had some computer issues a while ago. I kept trying to print a page out from Nosler bullets, a ballistic table and reloading table on one of their bullets that I bought today. I actually bought a box of their combined technology Nosler ballistic tip bullets that Nosler and Winchester actually merged on this bullet, and they made this ballistic tip bullet with a super like slick coating on it. It's not molly coated, it's something else. But so anyway, I'm going to load those to like shoot at animals with, because they will turn they're about like a Hornady VMAX. They'll turn a coyote inside out, or any kind of smaller animal. But anyway, I got on their website to print this thing, and every time I would hit print preview or print either one, my screen would just disappear. And it would pop up and it would say Firefox has crashed and needs to restart, and I would restart it and it would come back, and I'd go try to do it again, and I don't know, I never could print it. I don't know what happened to it. I figure I'm going to wait and maybe open up Internet Explorer when I get done with all this stuff, and maybe try to print it from Internet Explorer, but that's kind of odd. But it seems like I've had problems with their website before. But anyway, guys, I guess that's about it. I did want to show you why the major reason I went to the gun store today. I don't know if you guys can tell it, but there she is. That is the Colt Defender. It's a 3-inch barrel, 1911. I don't know if the camera's not going to pick it up, but right in here it says 100 years of service on it. So this is 100th. I guess you would call it an anniversary edition. And this side, of course, you probably still won't be able to pick it up on that crappy camera, but it says Colt Defender. It's aluminum frame, stainless steel slide. Gun don't weigh anything. Holds 7 rounds. It does use a different magazine than a regular 1911, I'm pretty sure. And it uses different grips, a little bit smaller grips. I may end up changing the grips on it, I don't know. It comes with rubber grips. Actually, Hogue. It comes with Hogue rubber grips from the factory. I may end up putting different grips on it, because these may be a little too grippy, for drawing it. But I'm probably going to order me a crossbreed Super Tuck holster for it. But I'll try to get a vid made on this thing, guys, as soon as possible. Just kind of showing it better with my better camera. And I've not shot it yet, so I may do a shooting video with it. But I've always wanted a Colt 1911. I know this is not, it's not a original 1911. It's not a government, it's not a 5-inch. But like I said, this is only the second Colt my buddy's ever got at the gun store. And matter of fact, his wife told me today that she said if you hadn't wanted that gun, he was probably going to keep it himself. She said we just don't hardly ever get Colts, and he's been wanting one. She said, but since you said you wanted it, he let you have it. She said, but if you hadn't took it, she said he'd have probably kept this one for himself. Especially it being a 100th anniversary edition. So, like I said, should be a great gun. It's a Colt. I think the price on it in the store was $9.85, and they let me have it for $8.85. Knocked $100 off, so got a good deal on it. Really did. But there it is, guys. Colt Defender. Should be a great carry gun. So if you don't care, I'm gonna turn around here and gingerly lay it on the bed. Let's see, guys. I guess that's got everything, all the jibber jabber done tonight. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as I can, which I know I've already been going, 9 minutes or so. Again, guys, I'm sorry for not checking comments. I'm so far behind on my emails and comments and subscriptions, people, new subscribers. I'll never get caught up. I mean, I won't. But, it's my fault. I'm going to have to deal with it. But anyway, guys, let's get to the important part tonight. And that is, of course, God's Word. The reason I keep doing this, God's Word, putting God's Word out there, it always makes me feel good and gives me such a blessing to do this. Mark chapter 12, starting in verse 16, is where we're going to continue today. And says, And they brought it, and he saith unto them, Whose is this image and superscription? And they said unto him, Caesar's. It's where they were asking about whether to pay tax or not, basically. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. And they marveled at him. And I think Jesus more here, and everybody may not agree with this, but I think Jesus was more trying to teach not necessarily the render to Caesar, give Caesar what's due his, because if you don't, that would be stealing. I don't necessarily think that's the point Jesus was trying to make here. What he was trying to make, I think, he was trying to say, Caesar's a ruler and there are things owed to him because that's just the way it is. God is the creator of everything, and there are much greater things, much more important things owed to God than owed to Caesar. So give Caesar what he's owed, but more importantly, give God what he's owed. That's just my take on it. Then come unto him the Sadducees, which said there is no resurrection, and they asked him, saying, Master, Moses wrote unto us, If a man's brother die, and leave his wife behind him, and leave no children, that his brother should take his wife, and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there were 7 brethren, and the first took a wife, and dying left no seed. And the second took her, and died, neither left he any seed, and the third likewise. And the 7 had her, and left no seed. Last of all the women died also. In the resurrection, therefore, when they shall rise, whose wife shall she be of them? For 7 had her to wife. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Do ye not therefore err? Do ye not therefore err? Yeah, I said it right. Because ye know not the Scriptures, neither the power of God. For when they shall rise from the dead, they neither marry, nor given in marriage, but are as angels which are in heaven. And as touching the dead that they rise, have ye not read in the book of Moses, how in the bush God spake unto him, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob? He is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. Ye therefore do greatly err. Now, guys, that's going to be a good part to stop right there, because if I keep going on, it's going to kind of mix things we're talking about. But what Jesus is talking about there too, guys, or at least my take on it, we were going over this one night at Bible study, and this was actually not too long after our pastor, our old pastor died, and his wife was there, and we've got talking about that. That basically Jesus is telling us here, when we get to heaven, when we're resurrected in our new bodies, our heavenly bodies, that's the way I take it, I think we're going to know each other in heaven. But we're not going to have the same relationships like we did on earth. A husband and wife on earth, you're not going to be married in heaven. There's no need for it. Everything's going to be different. It's going to be better. That's what Trina was talking about that night. We were talking about it. She said, I have to just trust that the Lord. She said, because I first got thinking about that, and it kind of made me sad, thinking that, when I do get to see my husband again, we're not going to be husband and wife. She said, but I trust that the Lord has got all this figured out. The Lord, it's going to be much better. It's not going to be the same as on earth. Our relationships are not. But it's going to be different, and it's going to be so much better. You just got to trust that God knows what He's doing, and He does. Everything on this earth is tainted, even though how much we love our loved ones and our husbands and our wives and our sons and our cousins and our nieces and nephews and sisters and mothers and fathers. It's still, the way the things of this earth are set up are not perfect. Now, God set these things up originally, and so that's the reason I think He'll still have some type of, relationship with each other in heaven. It's just going to be different. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. Thank you for being here. Good Lord willing, I'll be back here tomorrow night to give you some more of reading from God's Word. Hope you guys stay in the Bible more than just what I do at night. We all need that. We all could read more, pray more. But until then, I hope you all have a good day. Keep praying for me, guys. Pray that I have a good day at church tomorrow. That the Lord will bless us. Pray for my family. Pray for my business. Pray for my church, of course, and just pray for me. And I love you guys. If you need anything, like I said, let me know. I'll see you tomorrow night, good Lord willing. Until I see you again, good night and God bless.